All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going way beyond the simple phrases you might find in a language app. We're going to explore the incredibly rich world of Arabic hospitality, and you'll see how, in this culture, every single word and gesture is a profound act of generosity. So, you've probably learned ahlan wa sahlan, right? It's the standard Arabic welcome, and it's a great start for sure. But real, true hospitality in the Arab world, it's a much deeper dance of language and ritual. The real question is, what comes after that initial greeting? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out.
To really get a feel for this deep hospitality, we're going to follow a single, simple scene, a guest arriving at a host's home. And you're about to see this isn't just about being polite. No, it's a whole cultural philosophy where generosity is literally woven into the fabric of communication itself.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our guest, his name is Kareem, has just shown up at the home of his host, Sami. What happens right there, at the doorway, is a total masterclass in the art of the welcome.
Sami, our host, kicks things off with the familiar ahlan wa sahlan, welcome. But he almost immediately goes deeper. He says, al baytu baytuk, the house is yours. And then this absolutely beautiful phrase, anarta manzalana, you have lit up our home. Now this isn't just a nice compliment, it means the guest's very presence is a gift that brings light and joy into the house.
Let's just pause and focus on that middle phrase for a second. Al baytu baytuk, the house is yours. These three little words are the absolute cornerstone of an Arabic welcome, and they carry an incredible amount of cultural weight. You know, the house is yours is not a casual thing to say. It's a profound declaration. It instantly elevates the guest, Kareem, to the status of a family member. It shows total trust, basically telling him that everything the host owns is now his for the taking. This is an act of just absolute pure generosity.
So how in the world does Kareem, the guest, respond to that? He doesn't just say, oh, thank you. He expertly deflects all that praise right back. He replies, al-manzilu munawwar bi ahlihi, which means the house is lit by its people. He's basically saying, hey, it's not me who's lighting up this home, it's the wonderful people who already live here. It's this beautiful, graceful act of humility, which is a key virtue for any guest.
Okay, so the welcome now flows into a core ritual, the coffee ceremony. And this isn't just about grabbing a beverage. It's a highly symbolic interaction. It's a conversation where the gestures are just as important, if not more important than the words. Now, to understand this ceremony, we need to know a super critical concept, wajib. Wajib means duty or obligation. And when it comes to hospitality, it means the host has an absolute duty to offer something. And just as important, the guest has an equal duty to accept it. Refusing isn't just rude, it's considered a grave insult. It's a really big deal.
So when Sami offers the coffee, he actually says, la naruddu al-wajib, which translates to, one cannot refuse the duty. You see, he's not just offering a drink, he's invoking that shared cultural code of wajib. This raises the whole act from a personal choice to a shared cultural responsibility.
And this brings us to another rule you just can't break. Sami tells Kareem, take the cup with your right hand. In many Middle Eastern cultures, the right hand is for all the clean, respectful stuff, eating, drinking, shaking hands. So the host offers with their right, and the guest must accept with their right. It's so simple, but it's an absolutely vital sign of respect.
Kareem accepts, of course, and his response is way more than just a thanks. He offers a blessing. He says kahwa daima, which means, may you always have coffee. He's wishing his host continued prosperity and the ability to always be generous. The language itself becomes this beautiful way of giving back.
So you might be wondering, how does Kareem signal he's had enough coffee? He can't just say I'm good because the host is obligated to keep pouring. Well, he uses a nonverbal cue, the cup shake. Just a little jiggle of the empty cup is the universal signal. It politely says, thank you so much, your generosity has been amazing, and I am totally content. Without that little shake, the host would just keep on refilling that cup forever.
And now we come to the final part of our little scene. As Sami invites Kareem to stay for dinner, their last exchange perfectly wraps up this whole philosophy of generosity we've been exploring.
Kareem thanks Sami for the coffee, which is natural. But Sami doesn't just say you're welcome. His response is so much more powerful, and it brings us right back to that core concept of duty.
This, right here, is the ultimate expression of the whole philosophy.
La shukra ala wajib. No thanks are needed for a duty. Sami sees his generosity not as some favor he's doing, but as a core responsibility he has. Thanking him for it would be like thanking someone for breathing. It's just what one does. So here you can really see the beautiful symmetry of this whole cultural dance. The host's duty is to give, to insist, to treat the guest like family. The guest's duty is to accept graciously, to show humility, and to use all those respectful gestures. Both roles are equally important, and they keep this delicate balance perfectly.
Okay, so after watching this whole interaction between Sami and Kareem, what are the big ideas we should walk away with? Why does this all matter?
Well, first, hospitality is seen as an absolute obligation, a wajib. Second, humility is a core virtue for everyone involved, especially in how you deflect praise. Third, those little nonverbal cues, like the right-hand rule and the cup shake, are critically important. And finally, the language itself is a vehicle for generosity, just filled with blessings and well wishes.
And all of that leaves us with one final thought. In English, we say things like, make yourself at home, or my house is your house, all the time. But what if we meant it as literally as Sami does? What if it wasn't just a polite saying, but the absolute cornerstone of how we treat our guests? It's definitely something to think about.